Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Hey Sara Sara. My name is Siley Raja, and I'll be your host. Hey Sara Sara is a multidisciplinary podcast where I sit down with students, founders, creators, and changemakers to explore the stories, passions, and ideas behind what they do. Today we're joined by Ria, a 15-year-old student, healthcare advocate, and the founder of the Care Capsule, a nonprofit dedicated to providing care packages that combine essential supplies with something just as meaningful: compassion. What makes the Care Capsule unique is its belief that support goes beyond necessities. Every package includes handwritten notes and thoughtful touches to remind recipients that they are seen, valued, and cared for. Through community initiatives and volunteer efforts, she's creating a simple but powerful way to make a difference. Today, we'll be talking about the Care Capsule, leadership, and how small acts of kindness can leave a lasting impact. We're so excited to have you here. Welcome to the podcast, Ria.
Hi, I'm so glad to be here today.
Of course. Okay, so before we dive into the care capsule, can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about who you are?
Hi, my name is Ria Rastogi, and I'm a high school student with the compassion for healthcare, community service, and to make a meaningful impact.
Okay, great. So let's start at the beginning. What inspired you to create the care capsule?
Okay, so the idea really started with me and my mom. A couple years ago, we started this tradition of donating necessities to local shelters every Christmas. And while we were shopping and delivering the donations, it just opened my eyes to see how many people really rely on community support for basic essentials and just needed support. It made me realize that these needs don't just disappear after the holiday season as well. So as I got older, I wanted to create something that could provide support for more people throughout the year, not just during one holiday. That's like kind of how the Care Capsule was born. I wanted to create an organization that combined practical necessities with compassion and reminded people that their community cares about them.
I love that. Okay, so for someone hearing about the care capsule for the first time, what's the elevator pitch?
Okay, so I would start off with saying like the Care Capsule is a 501(c)(3) fiscally sponsored, student-led nonprofit dedicated to providing thoughtfully assembled care packages filled with essential items and heartfelt messages to individuals facing difficult circumstances. Our mission is to support underserved communities by addressing both physical needs and emotional well-being, because everyone deserves not just access to necessities, but also kindness, dignity, and hope.
I love that. Great. Okay, so what one thing that makes your organization unique is the focus on emotional support along essential items, right? So why was that so important for you to include?
So when we think about like helping people, we often focus on like providing food, hygiene products, essentials, and obviously those are like incredibly important, but difficult situations also take and like a big emotional toll on people. So when I started the Care Capsule, I did like some research and the research showed that social support is linked to better mental and like even physical health outcomes. So like a handwritten note may seem like a small gesture, but it reminds someone that another person took the time to think about them. And that's why the Care Capsule includes an encouraging message, because we want every recipient to know that they're seen, valued, and just not alone. Like sometimes a few kind words can really provide hope during a hard time.
I love that. So can you walk us through what goes into a care capsule and the thought process behind putting one together?
Yeah, so every care capsule is carefully designed around the needs of the organization that we're supporting. So no two are exactly alike. So while the contents vary, they typically include hygiene essentials and other everyday necessities. But our priority is making sure that every care capsule provides the essential items that people truly need. And we also include the handwritten notes and decorated cards from our volunteers because we want every recipient, to feel cared for, like I said earlier. But yeah, like for example, our last donation to the Hope Alliance, we had customized each bag for the shelter's specific needs, and then we spent hours decorating the bags and also creating personal messages for every recipient.
That's so cool. Okay, so was there a moment when you realized the care capsule was making a real impact on the people receiving it?
I think that looking back and seeing the care capsule like grow from a simple idea to just like a big positive impact has been incredibly rewarding. So, like looking back, we see that we donated over 50 customized care capsules. We've collected tons of toys for ill children at the Texas Children's Hospital, and even like created a fundraiser and donated $100 for the Miracle Foundation. And like one specific moment was after our Hope Alliance donation that I mentioned earlier, the staff had told us about how much the residents appreciated our packages and the handwritten notes especially. And just hearing that reminded us that we are not just providing supplies, we're helping people feel seen and cared for.
I love that. Okay, so looking ahead, what are some goals you have for the Care Capsule?
I think one of my biggest goals is to keep growing the kinds of initiatives that we offer. So while care packages will always be at the heart of what we do, I love to organize more community service events, partner with more local organizations, and even respond to like different needs as they come up. I also want to create more opportunities for students to get involved through volunteer events, donation drives, leadership roles, etc. And more than anything, I hope that the Care Capsule continues to build a community where kindness becomes contagious, like where one act of service inspires another, and more people realize that making a difference can start with something small.
I love that. Okay, so we're gonna go into our fun segment next. So outside of your nonprofit, told me you're passionate about healthcare, choir, and even doing nails. So which hobby is your favorite way to unwind after a busy week?
Okay, I would definitely say singing. Singing is like a huge part of my life. Like everyone that I'm close with knows that like I just don't stop. Like I'm a part of varsity choir and like I find it incredibly relaxing. And I also love to do nails because it's like a creative outlet where I can experiment with different designs and just have fun.
I love that. Okay, and if you could organize one dream community event with unlimited resources, what would it look like?
It would look like a probably like a large community service event where I would love if different nonprofits could come together and, make people have like make impact all in one place. It would probably feel like a festival with stations. You could assemble care capsules, make blankets, probably a lot of fun things as well. And obviously the goal is to help as many people as possible while creating like an inspiring high energy experience that builds a community together.
Great, I hope that happens one day. And looking ahead, where do you hope the Care Capsule will be in the next few years?
In the next few years, I hope that the Care Capsule is probably made like many more chapters in schools around the country with students leading projects that make a meaningful impact in their own communities. And I hope that it becomes something that lasts just beyond me, like a network of young people who are passionate about serving others and inspiring the next generation to do the same. If the care capsule can create like a ripple effect where kindness continues to spread from one community to another, I think that would be like an incredible accomplishment.
Okay, great. And if someone listening wants to make a difference in their community but feels like they need to do something huge to matter, what would you tell them?
I tell them that they don't need to start big. They can just have to start something, like, or even start their own chapter of the care capsule. Yeah. So, like, when I had the first idea for the care capsule, I'd never imagined where it would lead. I just started with one small step. So, real change comes from like small acts of kindness that add up over time. So, you don't have to wait until you're older or have everything figured out. You can make a difference right where you are and with what you have.
I love that. And if anyone wants to reach out to you to help with the Care Capsule or start a chapter, or if there's anything we can do from Hey Sarah Sarah, where can they reach out and what can they do?
So we have a website and it's called just the care. I think can you put it up later?
Yeah, we will put it up that in.
Yeah. We have our Instagram and we also have our TikTok where people can reach out, look into ways where they can help from where they're sitting.
Okay, great. And thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your story. It's been a pleasure learning more about your journey starting the Care Capsule, your passions, and the work you're doing to make a difference. And to everyone listening, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you in the next episode.